Do not confuse appearance with reality. Plato. What if the life you think you're living isn't real? Every morning you wake up, grab your phone, scroll through perfectly curated lives, filtered news, algorithm-fed truths. And you feel informed, connected, awake. But what if you're actually dreaming? What if, as Plato once suggested, we are all chained in a cave, mistaking flickering shadows for the whole of reality? This video isn't just about Plato. It's about you, and the terrifying possibility that your worldview may not be yours at all. Before we go deeper, take a moment. Comment below, have you ever questioned whether your beliefs were really your own, or just what you were taught to believe? Today, we'll use Plato's philosophy to peel back the illusion. We'll explore the allegory of the cave, the theory of forms, and the uncomfortable path toward truth. Prepare to think dangerously. Because once you see the light, you'll never see shadows the same way again. Imagine a world beyond your senses. A place where truth is eternal, unchanging, and independent of human opinion. This is the world of Plato's theory of forms, where everything we see is merely a flawed copy of an ideal version. For Plato, the physical world, what we touch, see, hear, is not the true reality. It's a reflection, a poor imitation. Real knowledge, real truth, lives in the intelligible realm, accessible only through reason and philosophical reflection. And in today's world, filled with curated realities, fake news, and AI-generated truths, Plato's warning is more relevant than ever. How do we separate truth from illusion? Reality from narrative? Philosophy, for Plato, is not an abstract luxury. It's survival. It's the torch that lights the path out of ignorance. Plato presents a philosophical challenge that still shakes the foundations of modern thought. How can we know what is truly real when appearances constantly deceive us? The core issue is this. We live surrounded by opinions, assumptions, and social constructs that we mistake for truth. Plato's diagnosis is radical. He says we are like prisoners, living in a world of illusion. What we call justice, beauty, success, may not be what they seem. They are shadows, echoes, imitations of the ideal forms that exist beyond this sensory realm. His challenge is not just epistemological, about knowledge. It's ethical. Because if our sense of what is right or good is based on illusion, then how can we live moral lives? Today, in the age of digital manipulation, we face the same danger. We're told what to value, what to believe, what to fear. But how often do we question the source? Plato believed most people live in a kind of sleepwalking state, chasing shadows, clinging to socially approved truths, and avoiding deep inquiry. But philosophy, for him, was a wake-up call. And waking up is never comfortable. Let's turn to one of Plato's most famous dialogues, the Republic. In it, he describes what's known as the allegory of the cave. Picture this. People are born chained inside a cave. They can only look at the wall in front of them. Behind them burns a fire. Between the fire and the prisoners, puppeteers move objects that cast shadows on the wall. To these prisoners, the shadows are reality. It's all they've ever known. But then, one prisoner breaks free. At first, the light hurts. But soon he sees the real world, the sun, the sky, the truth. He returns to the cave to free the others. But what happens? They mock him. They reject him. They think he's mad. And if they could, Plato says, they would kill him. This isn't just a story. It's a warning. The truth can feel like an attack to those still trapped in illusion. And those who seek truth, who challenge societal norms, often pay a heavy price. Now think about our world. Have you ever tried to challenge a popular belief only to be shut down or ridiculed? Our caves today are made of ideologies, media bubbles, and tribal identities. And Plato's message is clear: if you want to be truly free, you must first be willing to be alone. Pause this video and ask yourself, what is one belief I've never questioned, but maybe should? Let's bring Plato into your living room. You're at a dinner party. The topic turns to crime and punishment. Someone says, the only good criminal is a dead criminal. Another replies, you have to consider the social factors. Voices rise. Opinions fly. But then someone quietly asks, what is justice? The room goes silent. This moment reveals the heart of Plato's critique. We argue with emotion, with slogans, but rarely with understanding. We skip the foundations and build castles in the air. Plato would not choose sides immediately. He would ask questions. He would strip each position down to its essence. Is justice fairness? Revenge? Order? Harmony? He forces us to realize that without clarity, every argument is built on shadows. In our fast-paced world, we are trained to react, not to reflect. We defend beliefs we inherited, not ones we've examined. We live in echo chambers, not truth chambers. Plato's lesson is this: philosophy is not about sounding smart. It's about daring to think, even and especially when it hurts. So ask yourself, would you leave the cave if it meant seeing things you can never unsee? Plato didn't just give us a philosophy. He gave us a mirror, one that reflects back the uncomfortable truth about our condition. In the theory of forms, he claims that everything we see is an imperfect copy of a perfect, eternal idea. The beauty we see? Just a shadow of the ideal beauty. The justice we practice? A pale reflection of ideal justice. This theory has influenced everything from theology to quantum physics, and art too. Think about the film The Matrix. It's Plato's cave all over again, a world of illusion, a painful awakening, and the choice to return or stay free. Or The Truman Show, where the protagonist discovers his entire life is a staged illusion and dares to step outside. These stories resonate because they touch on something deep. We are all Truman. We are all Neo. We are all in Plato's cave. Plato believed education wasn't about information. It was about transformation. Not pouring knowledge in, but drawing truth out. And his method wasn't to preach, but to ask questions that shake us. He didn't offer comfort. He offered clarity. In a world that rewards certainty, Plato invites us into doubt. In a culture of instant answers, he demands better questions. So here's the real challenge. Do you want to be free, or do you want to feel safe? Because you can't have both. Tell us in the comments. What's one shadow you've mistaken for truth until now? And if this video lit a spark in you, don't stop here. Watch our next episode, Socrates and the Courage to Question Everything, because, as Socrates said, the unexamined life is not worth living.